Baby steps?
It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time. One tiny step at a time.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Oh boy. Baby steps.
Hello there, my name's Jay, and there are only 5 months left in the year. So why not just do kind of it's more than the halfway point, but since it hits the end of 7 months and there will be 5 more months left in the year to do these things, or as much of these things as possible, I thought I'd just talk about that for a little bit. About what I've done so far this year, what I plan on doing this year, and just kind of where I'm at right now. So we'll go back to, I guess, all my goals, or all the goals that I set myself. Be more social, get a job, get back into driving, get a place of my own. So I guess one by one here is how those things are going. I'm getting a lot better at taking and making phone calls. That's something that I'm really proud of myself, is that I don't hesitate to make a phone call. I hesitate to take a phone call, but I will take it if I know who it is. If it's a doctor or just somebody that needs to get in touch with me, or somebody that I know needs to get in touch with me, I will answer it. I will not let it go to voicemail. This is something that I would usually do. And the other day, I did actually have to contact customer support for a package that I got that had an incorrect item in it. I thought I could do it through the website. I thought I could use like a chat or email them or something. The email turned out to be way too slow, and I couldn't find the chat, so I just decided to call the number that was on the website. I stumbled through it, but I did it. I got through it. So we'll say the social thing it's getting better. Medication certainly helps. Having to take and make phone calls on a regular basis certainly helps. Not that much else to say about it. But we'll say that there's a positive there. Alright, another thing that I was going for, getting a job. I think, as I might have said in an earlier episode, is that it's already become my dream job, that I want to get into voice acting or voiceover work. Like, that's something that just seems really fun, really liberating. I can do it from the comfort of my own home. I can be silly and weird and do voices, and it's just a very freeing experience that, if I could get paid for, that would make it even better. I've done a few auditions, not that many. I know I need to do more, because I can't just throw out like 10 to 15 auditions and think that's all I need to do, and I'll be fine, because I've learned very quickly from just doing that even if I think the audition that I'm putting out there is good enough, more often than not, it's not what they are looking for. Which is why I feel like I need to expand to other areas, to other genres, to other fields, because really all I'm trying to do is book one job that pays any bit of money. I mean, I'm fine doing free stuff, but if it pays any bit of money, I can finally convince myself that this is my job. This is something I can do to get paid, to earn money, and I can just actually tell people that's my occupation. That's what I do. That's what I do for a living. I would like to be able to say that one day, so I need to keep auditioning. I need to stop getting discouraged when things don't go my way, and just keep trying other areas and other places, and see how I do. And do what one of my voice acting coaches said, and just kind of try as many different places as possible, and then just forget about them. Don't constantly think about them. Don't worry about them. If they're really interested in you, if they think you're a good fit for the job, they will contact you. So that's what I got to do. I just got to cast that wide net and just not worry or stress or think too much about the stuff that I've already done that I think is good enough. I should just move on to the next thing. So I'm still working toward that being my job, but I need to take it a bit more seriously. I can't just slack off. I can't just do a couple of auditions and then just call it a month, which is what I've done already, and that's not good. I can't just send out 10 or 15 and think that's enough, and I'll just, lean back and just kind of wait for somebody to contact me. It's not good. And I've noticed that in the past month as well, where I've just been kind of slouching and not really doing much, is that I've had this really bad mentality, and I've had this for many years, like a decade of course, is that I keep thinking somebody is going to come to me. Somebody is going to contact me. All I have to do is just wait, just sit back and wait, and eventually something will come. And so what I do is I constantly check my email. I constantly check other sites and other sources, and nothing. I'm worrying way too much about one thing instead of trying out new things, which is what I should be doing. What's the expression? A watched pot never boils. I keep staring at the pot. I don't even think I've blinked. Like, it's that bad. I just need to I really need to just step aside from these things, stop thinking that they are the end all be all, and just move on to something else. Move on to a couple of other things. And then when I'm done with those, move on to more auditions, other things, just find stuff to keep me busy and find stuff that is going to make it easier for me to have somebody find me or listen to me and be and at the very least be interested, at the very least get back to me. I have found something that I actually want to have as a job and as a career. And now I got two more things to talk about. Well, really one more thing to talk about. The third thing, the last thing that I'm going to talk about real quick, is the driving, which hasn't been going great this year, but I've tried to find certain ways of just forcing me into the driver's seat because I can't push myself to do that on my own. I need somebody else to do that. I need somebody to help me get through those really that really horrible feeling I get when I'm behind the wheel of a car, and help me either figure out how to manage that feeling or just get to a point where I will at least be comfortable on my own to try to drive more often or at all. I've asked around, haven't gotten the best answers. A lot of it is just sort of a yes, no, maybe so is what I've been getting. I've looked into a couple of websites. I've looked into a driving school that might help me get back into it. Defensive driving that I thought might be interesting. But a lot of those options, they're booked. They're fully booked for a few months, and there's nothing I can do about that. They can put me on a wait list. That's about it. But I can't do anything about it. So what I did is I actually looked into the very specific problem that I'm having, which is driving anxiety. And I actually stumbled upon a place that deals in all sorts of anxieties, including driving anxiety. So I contacted them, had a couple of phone calls with a couple of different therapists that were at this place that deal with exposure therapy for driving anxiety, which sounds amazing. That is exactly what I need. And they can help me do this like a couple of hours every other day within a week for about two weeks, I think, total. And I'm expecting another phone call a few days from now that is going to be pretty much the last phone call that I take from this place that kind of helps me figure out what my next step with this place is, what my next step with driving is going to be. I am trying to find someone, I'm trying to find a therapist in particular that deals specifically with driving anxiety to sit in the car with me and help me get through the driving process for a couple of hours at a time. Which I think is I mean, that's exactly what I need, because when I was talking with them, one of the things they suggested was just like a once a week thing. And I was like, no, I can't do that. If I do it once a week, I'm not going to do any of the stuff on my own in between that week. I'm really hoping this place that I found for driving anxiety is the place. There might be other options, there might be better options, but I'm trying to get myself to a point where I can make decisions on my own, where I can find something on my own that interests me or excites me or is something that I want to pursue or do or be a part of, and make that decision on my own to do that. That is something that I rarely allow myself to do. It's been more than half the year, and I haven't really gotten to any place that I need to get to yet for any of these things. I have found outlets to help me reach 3 of my goals, which is huge already. I found a place to help me with driving. I found a job that I'm interested in taking if I can actually make it a job, if I can actually make a career out of it. And I found different platforms to be social on, different ways to be more social. I have learned to navigate through some, not all, definitely not all, but some social situations And I've also learned to put myself in certain social situations if I really need to. Place of my own, if I do not get that this year, that is okay, as long as I can hit the other three. More episodes to come. I'm still gonna do my best, and I've been trying my best to stick to that, bi-monthly upload schedule. Sometimes it's difficult, but a lot of the time I just say, you know what, the heck with it. Let me just hit the record button, say something, edit it as quick as I can, and just throw it up there, because something's better than nothing. I have to keep doing this. Even if I have nothing to talk about, I have to keep doing this. Because this podcast is supposed to help me. It's supposed to help me understand what I'm supposed to be doing this year, and that I should be taking it seriously. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Maybe a lot will happen, maybe very little will happen. I have no idea. I mean, we'll see what I have to talk about next time. But until then, once again, my name is Jay. Thank you to anybody that found this and listened to this. I really appreciate it. And bye for now.